Okay, let's take a look at the market now, the S&P 500, starting off with this. You guys can see that we have a bull flag that played out now, or is starting to play out at least. Maybe it goes back down here before going higher, but this is one step in the right direction, right? So we should be we should be inching higher in the next couple of days, because we did get a break above resistance of that bull flag. And again, this is going to be our resistance level. We have a lot of room to the upside, and this is very steep. So look, the longer it takes, the more upside it has, right? So that's uh, that's a good thing for the S&P. There's a lot of upside in the short term. Not even speaking of medium term, right? And then let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin still in a bear flag, but we had a green candle today, and we tagged this resistance level. Once we can break above this resistance level, the bear flag won't really matter that much. And if we can break above this um, resistance level, then I think probability would definitely favor upside even more than it does right now. Okay. Next, let's take a look at gold, because check this out. We have a clear breakout on gold. Right now, the only question is this: do we go up on gold right now, or do we retrace to the scene of the crime and then continue higher? That I don't know. But this is a beautiful wedge pattern, and I'm very confident this is going to play to the upside very smoothly. Speaking of gold, we are playing it in our investing portfolio, but we didn't buy any gold. We have GDX, and we have, what was that company? I think it was HL, yeah. So let's take a look at GDX first, because this is obviously how we're playing it. And today, even though gold went up today, this thing was actually consolidating because it already shot up so much. So no big deal though. Again, gold has so much upside. So that means that GDX, again, our upside minimum target would be like this technical target. Doesn't mean it has to hit, but this is potentially how high we can go, or even 4K. So having so much upside just gives us so much time for GDX that we don't really have to worry. But HL, on the other hand, let's see what happened to this. This thing, actually did continue higher today, right? So yeah, it opened higher, closed lower after, but this is because of the stock market too. The fact that it went down, but the fact that we still filled in the gap and went up a little, like closed a little higher than the previous day, that's a good sign. That means that this is up on the day, which is pretty impressive. Okay, and again, this is just the beginning, so there's plenty of upside. GDX, again, when it comes to this, you do want to watch out for um, resistance here, all-time highs. We probably get a pullback here, or some uh, resistance before we can continue higher into the technical target right here at $93, which, as you can see, I just got over here from this high to this low. That's it. Okay, so all I did here is just drag it to the breakout. That's how the measured move target works in technical analysis. Let's take a look at silver next. Silver obviously went up today because of gold, right? So there's no surprise there. Oh, and yeah. So there's no surprise over there, right? Silver up on the day because of gold, and this will continue higher as gold does. I still think that for now, in the short term, gold has more upside. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm gonna have to assume, because gold does have a beautiful long-term wedge pattern at this point. Not long-term, but medium-term. Um, and then long-term and medium-term, I think, you know, silver outperforms. But in the short term, I think gold might be a better option actually, which isn't, which something like this is not really common for me to say. But yeah. Anyways, oil, nothing really special on oil today. Just not really doing anything, right? But natural gas, on the other hand, did break above resistance here, so now we should continue to see this to go higher, and our target is going to be this gap fill all the way up here. Okay, not sure how long that's going to take exactly, but should be sooner than later now that we've broken above this parallel channel here, right? Now, what's interesting is this gap fill converges with the support level here, right? This is a major support level, and it used to be support, now it's resistance because we broke below it. So if we hit that resistance level while converging with the gap, that would make for a fantastic trade, for a shorting opportunity to the downside, okay? So I would be looking to short this right over here. Okay, guys? Let's take a look at natural gas next. Or not natural gas, sorry, coffee next. I do want to get into another trade on coffee, but again, what I'm waiting for right now on coffee is going to be this level right here, as there's a lot of resistance, right? We shorted here, got a pullback, made our money. Now we're looking to do the same thing at this level here. I do like this downsloping trend line too. I think both these levels are incredible, but we'll see. We'll keep a close eye out on this level too, but these are the two levels I'm paying attention to, and then of course all-time highs here, right? And you guys can see how high coffee went. Look at this. Just incredible, right? Like, no one would have expected a move like this to come in on coffee, or at least not most people, and definitely not me. But we still have a lot of upside on coffee. It seems like we did form a bull flag here. Even though we faked below it, it still counts as a bull flag. So we should see a bunch of more upside coming in on coffee in the medium term, okay? Let's take a look at, let's see, nothing special in the dollar. DDD finally got a little bid today, which is great. Our target's this gap. If we can fill in the gap, I might actually enter, but this is still the gap I really wanted to get in at. But I might have to make an exception on this one, as there's a lot of upside potential on this company, especially with what they're doing. And if they get bought out, then, you know, that would be perfect. So anyways, let's take a look at Snow. This thing reported earnings today, right? Now, this thing reported earnings, and you guys can see, you know, it filled in the gap initially here and dropped, and that's a beautiful display of technical analysis. This was a major gap fill. I think we might have talked about this level in one of our previous videos, right? And look how perfectly it filled in the gap. And, you know, this is no joke, guys. Technical analysis is not a joke. You know, institutional traders, hedge funds use this to enter trades, right? Some traders just rely on this and do very well, and I'm one of them. And a lot of other institutional traders are the same way. And these are the things they look to enter trades at to give themselves an edge. And the only thing that differentiates them and unprofitable traders is risk management, right? After technical analysis, what can you really do to, you know, have a better edge? It's just follow risk management, you know, survive the losing streaks that you're bound to get. I'll give you an example. Even with the very few trades I send out and take, my win rate is really high. But even I have losing streaks. I think I lost 3 in a row once. Let me check. 1, 2, but then 1, 1, and lost another one, right? 1, 2. I think the most losses we've ever had in a row were like 2, I think. But let me just double check. Yeah, 2 is the most we've had. But again, if you were to risk enough of your money, 2 trades in a row, you would blow your whole account. So the point is, never risk too much, guys. Okay, now this thing did break above resistance here, the gap, and this level here as well, right? It closed above these levels, so that tells me there should be some upside here on this company. Let's look at the 15-minute and kind of see what happened here. So we gapped higher because of earnings that got priced in. In case it didn't, it continued higher, and it finally stopped. So I don't know if it got priced in here or here. I don't know. I can't say, but it got priced in here because we saw the consolidation. It's like, okay, let's rest now. After resting, it continued higher and then got a pullback, which is normal. That's part of movements. So this tells me Snow. This is kind of the clue that this is what gives me the clue that we're going to go higher. And look at where we are right here. So let's see if we can hold above this level now. Right here on the 15-minute. Okay, that's the level to watch out for on Snow. If we break below it, we might go lower, but if we stay above it, then we should continue higher. But so far, it looks pretty bullish. Obviously, I'm not willing to enter a trade on this thing, but I'm just saying overall probability would favor upside according to what I'm seeing, right? You guys know the way we are in Traders Utopia with these trade signals, we only send out trades or take any if there's an extremely high probability. And that's why we basically almost never lose. We barely have any losses, right? Especially with a few changes I've made to the strategy recently, we've been winning even more. That could be luck. It's too early to say, but I do believe that those um, slight changes I made to my strategy will better it by a lot. I'm talking 5%, 3 to 5%, which might not sound like a lot, but trust me, it is. Okay, anyways, so now we have CRWD. I want to show you guys some technical levels on this before I talk about earnings. So we have this key level of support here, beautiful trend starting from 2024 into 2025, right? So that's a major level of support, and it's converging with this beautiful gap. And this gap is basically once the, I think this is when everything got, hold on. Yeah, so these were the tariffs, I believe. Let me just check something. Yeah, these were the tariffs. No, never mind. I don't know if these were the tariffs or not. Yeah, but anyways, the point is, we had, this massive move up, and this is probably the biggest candle we've ever had. Look at this green candle. Do we have any bigger candle? No, we don't. This is bigger than this. It's bigger than this. It's the biggest candle we have, guys. So this is really important. It continued a little higher, and this is the lowest it got before BAM. This was a sign of institutional interest, reversal, which is normal, and then BAM, look at all this upside. And this is the lowest point right there. So the gap fill and this here is what we should be paying attention to. That is a major level of support, and guess what it's converging with? You got it, this major level of support trend line here. So if the price converges with right there, that would be an epic level to get, an epic level. No brainer. I would send out a trade alert. That's how high the probabilities would be on this. Unfortunately, we did go up today, but let's talk about that. We were forming a bull flag here, and what happened? Earnings came out. I guess guidance was weak because we did open lower. So that got priced in, and what happened? The buy the dippers came. Right, let's go to the 15 minute. Let's go to the 1 minute actually. Notice how even on the 1 minute you didn't really get any pullbacks here at the gap. Once the bad guidance got priced in, this thing rallied and just broke through it with a bullish engulfing candle, which means there are no sellers at this area. There's a lot of institutional interest. We held this area, went down, could have been because of, manipulation, and we went right back up, bull flag. People bought this bull flag, they got destroyed. So the next bull flag, what do? They don't buy here because they got wrecked here. So that's why the price does go higher this time, right? And I've seen this happen a million times over, guys. Again, same thing. It just continues higher, right? And I would say, unfortunately, we probably won't get the opportunity to buy here. It would be an epic trade, but it just probably won't happen unless some really bad news comes up or something for this company. So yeah, probability favors upside for now. Beautiful bullish engulfing candle, and we might enter a trade if we can form some sort of a bull flag here, because every other clue is pointing towards upside. Then we got HPQ, and this also, you guys can see, reported earnings here. Now this is also really bullish because look, 15-minute time frame. You reported earnings, you opened higher. Initially, you did close a little lower, but look, let's go to the 1 minute. So you opened here, right? Actually, let's just stick to the 15. Anyways, so on this company, one sec, guys. Sorry, I'm just. Okay, yeah, there you go. So basically, you guys can see we opened higher, we filled in the gap, pierced through it, and then we went right back up. The buy the dippers came in, right? So this thing was just all over the place today, but you know, it pulled back after all the buyers and sellers got exhausted, pulled back, and now it's back up here, and it's trying to break above this area. So this looks pretty overall bullish. I think probability does favor upside, and the target for now is going to be this gap fill, even though there's a little bit of resistance right here. Shouldn't present too much of a threat, I would say, not until we reach this gap, okay? And this gap is very shortable. It's a major gap. We might actually short here for a small pullback at a swing tradable, for a swing trade. But then it would continue higher most likely. Okay, and we have NTNX, and this thing also reported earnings. It opened lower, went lower, and then it closed higher. Overall, this is a bullish engulfing candle. It tells me we are probably going to continue higher. Even though we didn't fill in this gap yet, it looks like we will be filling in this gap in a day or two. So I would say probability favors upside for now, okay? We got DG, last but not least. No, not. We have a few more, but let's take a look at DG. I believe we bought DG at a really good spot. Let's see where we got in as an investment really quick. And I really like this company. Heck, any trade I send out in the investing alerts, I like the company, but let's just quickly see what price we bought this company at. I know it was a while ago. So let's see here. I'm like 80% sure we bought this company. I guess we never bought it. I guess it was just Dollar Tree that I bought, not this. Okay. Dollar General. Yeah, this company we didn't buy. Never mind. But yeah, this thing was at such a wonderful discount. Looking back now, it's kind of a shame that we didn't buy, right? But it was at this, key level of consolidation over here, right? Over here, a lot of consolidation. We got nearly to the bottom of it, and then we got that pullback. So this is pretty impressive over here, right? That would have been a great spot to buy. But yeah, we got the pullback, and it did report earnings today. So you guys can see earnings. On earnings, it dropped initially, but the buyer, the dippers, came in because there would be a lot of institutional interest at this area. I'm not surprised at all. So this will continue higher as long as the bull flags hold, which my prediction is it will. And this key level up here is going to be our main target. There are some minor resistance levels, but this is going to be the biggest one to pay attention to, okay? Let's take a look at GEV. I see, so we broke above this parallel channel. We have resistance here, which we barely missed, which sucks. But let me show you guys what's going on now, the level to pay attention to. And we might even be forming a bear flag and a bear head and shoulders pattern. So check this out. That's your level, right? It's too early. It's a little bit too early to say it's a head and shoulders pattern. A little too early, but it is a bear flag. Okay, so if this plays out, probability would favor downside, right? So yeah, that's just what we want to pay attention to. Oops. So again, this level here, if we can hold above it, we should be good. Moment we break below, it's game. We should be headed back to this parallel channel down here. Netflix, let's see, it did catch a pullback, but now it's forming a bull flag. Let's see if it can break above this resistance level. If it does, then this gap would be our next target all the way up here. Okay, which isn't too far away, and then we have double top. Double top gap fill too, yeah. Now, one last thing we want to take a look at today's Coca. I wanted to show you guys this. There's a key level of support where I would potentially be a buyer, but as you guys can see, we have this, I forget, I think it's called a descending triangle. I can't remember the name of this pattern, but we have this downsloping trend, downsloping resistance, right? And we have somewhat of a flat, slightly downsloping support level, right? Right up here, yeah, right there. On the weekly, it's better because look, It, you can see it pierced through, but it never broke below. So on the weekly, it's a lot better. So, once we, let's see, hmm, interesting. But yeah, once we break above this resistance level, we should continue a lot higher. If we break below, we can continue lower into this area here. But probability would for now favor a break above resistance and a continuation to the upside. Plus, we look at coffee, something I feel like this could be, compared to. And, we've seen coffee, so, but I'll just open it up. You guys can see this does shot up a lot. And it's probably going to go a lot higher now because it's a bull flag. So we have to, it looks like Coca's behind, and this could be a good play if you have, like, you know, a way of investing into this. But this, I think, could go a lot higher, and we might look for a trade on this. I'll look into the swap fees and all of that later, but this could be a good play. Okay, but hey guys, that's all I have for you. Do you guys have any questions? Feel free to ask in the chat. Okay, well, hey, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna wait one sec. Oh no, you guys couldn't see my screen this whole time? Well, that's my bad, guys. But don't worry, the whole class was recorded. That's my bad, guys. I'm so sorry about that. But let's do the Q&A and you can watch the class after. I recorded the whole thing, so don't worry. Is there anything you guys want me to go over? Okay, yeah, we'll just do you guys can watch this after. I'm gonna end the class. I'll see you guys, I'll see you guys later. I'll be posting it as soon as it's posted on YouTube. Take care, guys. Bye.